Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Y'all ready? Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Oh yeah. Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Who listening? Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Alright. Welcome to Lil Tea. Welcome to Lil. Welcome to Lil Tea. Welcome to Lil Tea Time. So crazy. Welcome to Lil Tea Time. What was I talking about?
Yeah, you got it.
This is exciting! Ah! Alright, hey y'all. This is Jared, aka Jarius D, your favorite published author, semi-published author, and your host of Little Tea Time. As y'all are coming in here, please like and share tonight's show so that someone at home can tune in and watch it later. First and foremost, Happy New Year! Happy New Year to everybody out there. We made it. It is 2026. I am so excited to be hosting this first show of the season. And tonight, I am super excited to have one of our own in the building, Shreveport's legendary actor and acting coach, film extraordinaire. I'm gonna kind of beat this guy up a lot because I just saw his last project that he's in, Portals in the Pines. I have the star of said film, Garrett Kruithof.
I should come here more often. That makes me feel. You make me feel pretty good.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's the best intro I think I've ever had.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah,
Garrett. Welcome to a Little Tea Time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. So this is season 13, and we're getting things off to a high start. So how did you start your new year?
Oh, how to start my new year? Doing the same thing I do every day, pretty much. Just, putting stuff together for the acting studio. I was putting stuff together for the month, for the year. Usually the first day of the month for me is all about prepping classes and prepping things and, putting certain projects in play and things like that. So it's just another day for me. And I'm a big believer in how you start the year is how you carry yourself through the year. So I like to hit the ground running on the first. I don't take the day off. I just barrel right through it.
I like that. So Gary, can you tell the viewers at home a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I was born and raised here outside of Shreveport, actually, a little town called Mooringsport. Those of you that know it, where it's at, about 20 miles north of here on Caddo Lake. Went to Northwood High School, also was at Christ the King when that was a school over in Bossier. And I left here. I was in the Air Force out of high school and came back here and, long story short, ended up as a bartender and then went from bartending to bartending in a hotel to managing the hotel and managing a bunch of other hotels. And then through the hotel business is where I met a producer who kind of sparked the interest in me to become an actor. And they didn't have the programs that they have now in the high schools and things here, and all the acting and all the drama and all the film and TV. They didn't have that when I was, 30 years ago. You had a few places that had theater programs, but outside of that, that was it. So you were limited in what you could do as an actor, so you go nobody says, oh, you should, but I always wanted to be an actor as a kid and, just never thought it was possible. And then just conversation with his producer, he said, it's, not too late to start. And, next thing I know, I found an acting class, and then that acting class led me to an agency, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And started getting cast in television shows and things like that, and left the corporate world behind to pursue acting. I've been doing that for the last, it's going on 16 years now as a professional actor. So.
Wow. So you just gave us a small synopsis of what got you into acting, but what inspired you to want to be an actor?
So, I mean, honestly, I grew up an only child. I was different, to kind of put it, mildly, bluntly, I guess. So, I certainly had friends as growing up, but just very much kind of to myself. So, I grew up, my father took me, we went to see a lot of movies. He loved movies. So I grew up going to see movies and I loved movies and I loved television. And one of the earliest memories I have of looking at someone on television and going like, oh, man, this is amazing. Like that would be so cool to be that guy. And it was the very first Star Wars. And it was Luke Skywalker, it was Mark Hamill. And it was him and then the Christopher Reeve Superman back. So it was it was probably 86, 87, somewhere in there. We just gotten cable. And Morning Sport didn't have cable for years. And then they finally get it. And we had HBO, and HBO used to basically show the same two movies over and over again. So my dad and I played hooky from school and work and to watch HBO, and we binged, Star Wars, Superman, Star Wars, Superman, Star Wars, Superman. And that's kind of my earliest memory of really loving these two incredible, movies.
Yes.
So I'd say that's probably what inspired it. And then I did do some, small plays and little things, but more than that, even as an adult, I would look for opportunities even as a corporate guy, I would look for opportunities to be actor. Like when they would, you go to Universal and they're like, oh, we have volunteers, and I'm like, I'm the guy, we need an actor. Oh, hey, that's me, even though, I wasn't then, but like, so, it would do murder mysteries and things like that and become these characters. And so I was always looking for an opportunity to act. So, that's what I would say probably inspired me. It was just my childhood and how much time I spent watching television and movies as a kid.
I also spend the day watching a lot of TV and movies. That is like my key thing. I think we watch a lot of TV and movies studying it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
To see if this is something that we want to do. And then when we see like our favorite actor or our favorite movie, it begins to click like, no, man.
Oh, yeah. Movies. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. People say like, and there's certain actors, I don't care what it is. I'll watch them in anything. Gary Oldman is my all-time. Oh. People ask me, who's your favorite actor? Gary Oldman, hands down. That's easy for me. Number 2 is Brad Pitt. Number 3 is probably Denzel. Like those are movies. I don't miss what those guys do, but it's also that thing of like, I'm watching it. They're so good that I get lost in the enjoyment of the story and their performance without thinking too much of it. But every once in a while, they'll do something just so spectacular, have a scene so good that I just go, oh, God, that's incredible. Like, and it's almost like this thing of like, you wonder how to be that good. Like you see it, and some of these guys make it look just effortless. And part of it's the writing, because they have great, most of the projects they choose have great writing.
True.
But so I watch it. I always tell my students, like, well, watch it first for the enjoyment if that's your thing, but then watch it exactly for what you're saying, to study those things and to, they always say you steal from the best. And yes. That's what you're looking for, those little moments of things where you can take a little something that they do and make it your own and put it into put it in your own performance in a way that is different, but the same, it's mm-hmm. like, and I think that's, so I always say that, but it's also a reason why I watch a lot of documentaries, because I can actually shut my brain off as an actor and acting coach and actually watch something for like pure enjoyment. Mm-hmm. And also just, I love to learn new things, and documentaries are such a great way to learn about mm-hmm. the world. And, yes. And I love I love documentaries about acting. I watch a lot of, they've got some, documentary about an actor on, and I'm going to watch that. But those are the times I can kind of shut that brain off of. Other than that, I'm constantly trying to learn.
Okay. I love that. A great segue into this next question. How did you decide when to establish yourself as an actor?
So, well, I was kind of a hobbyist the first couple of jobs I booked because they were like day player things, and you could work and you know be an actor at the same time because I was in a position where I could take take a couple of days off, and I was living in South Louisiana at the time, so it was like you drive it was basically as a local and having to go far, but then I got my like the fourth thing I ever did was a recurring gig on a television show, and that was when I decided, like, well, this is going to be a pretty regular paycheck, at least for the 3, 4, 5 months at the show. So if I'm going to, make this a career, this is the chance for me to do it. So, pretty early on, 2011, 2010, 2011, I made that transfer to just saying, this is all I'm going to do, is be an actor. Now, there was a lot of, I had a lot of success as an actor, but I also constantly doing side hustles and things to like supplement that. I was raising 3 kids by myself too at the same time. So, I had to make sure that they were kind of taken care of. And so I was doing a little side gigs here and there and taking seasonal work and things like that in between jobs. But it was always something that I knew. It was always somebody that understood that, like, I might be here today and gone for 3 days and I'll be back, in a week or whatever. So yeah, it was then and it just kept going.
So off topic,
yeah.
What are some of the projects that you worked on?
Oh my God.
You could mention?
I could mention all of them, but if I could remember them all, I mean, I've done over 80 feature films and television episodes. So some of the some of the big, like movie wise, some of the big stuff I did was Deepwater Horizon. That was a great, experience about the Deepwater Horizon tragedy. I played one of the 11 men that were killed on the rig. One of my favorite experiences of all time as an actor was when I played the main antagonist for 2 seasons on a Disney show called Disney's Secret of Sulphur Springs. And so I'm now in the pantheon of Disney villains. So that's probably my, like, the thing that I joke with people that I wish I would have quit after that. I did that, and then I did Portal right after. And so I joke with people, I was like, I should have, that was like when those 2 things being back to back, where you're the lead on a Disney series and then the lead in a movie, it's like, that's like winning the Super Bowl. And so, like, you're like, I should just quit now because I can go out and not have to, because then the next couple experiences you have, you're going back down the I mean, it's this constant ebb and flow. Especially as a regional actor, as character actors, you may be the lead in an indie movie today, or you may be a guest star recurring on a television show today, and then tomorrow you might be day playing on a movie, or you might have three lines.
Yes.
So it's like you could, if you want to work. I mean, like that's what it is. I'm less inclined nowadays to do 3 lines or 1 line or day play. And I'd say all the time, I would rather my students, like, I get more joy out of them booking those things than I do myself. Cause it's,
it's the work. It's dedication to the work.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've put my time in to where I don't feel like I need to do those to get my,
to keep yourself out there.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been acting for 5 years, and this is one of those things that I wake up and I'm like, this is what I get to do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Like, we just premiered Catfish Me Please, which is now on YouTube if y'all been watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. And that's the newest project that I'm a part of right now.
Right.
Aside from some announcements that I'm going to be making.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited that this is my life. Like, I'm just like, what does this year have in store for me as an actor? Yeah,
it's great. It's one of those things too where you're just like, like you said, you just never know, what the day is going to bring. And just when you think, oh, this, I'm not, it seems slow, there's something going on, then all of a sudden, something kind of pops, and, it's a great feeling. And if you're an actor and you do this, there's no better feeling than being on set. And quite honestly, it's the way that you become a better actor, is just to work and to work around people who are great actors. I've learned so much by just, I tell people all the time that some of the greatest thing that ever happened to me was like in the beginning, getting those, 3 lines, or sometimes I would be on a show, I would be a character on the show, I'd be a, principal actor, and I might have lines in a couple episodes, and for 3 episodes, I don't say anything, but I'm always there because of the, what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I use those moments to watch the top people, the guys that were number 1, 2, and 3 on the call sheet that have been doing this for 30 years and are named actors that I grew up watching.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just watch them. I learned a lot by just watching, real professional working actors work. I think it's a great way to, cause you have this idea in your head of what acting is. And then you go on a set with a guy who's won an Academy Award, and then you're opposite him, and then you go, oh no, this is what acting is. This, what he's doing, I need to do more of what he's doing and less of what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those kind of things.
I love that. Great segue to this next question. How have your priorities changed since you started the business of acting? I know that you're now an acting coach.
I mean, I would say that's probably, my priorities in the beginning were very insular and very 2 things. It was, like I said, I was raising 3 kids. So that was kind of a priority, which I don't have anymore. They're grown and off, doing their own thing. And so, that my priority shifted from that, but also it shifted from, in the beginning, I just wanted to, in the beginning, it was one of those things of like, I thought I need to be well known to do the work, and I want people to respect me, and And now my priorities are just about just doing the work. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what I do for the work. It's 100% just about, the work. That's to me what I care about, the work, and I care about the process more than I used to. And also the priorities have shifted from being less insular and worried about me. And I spend a lot of my off time I spend, especially with students who, maybe I know they're right there on the cusp of having that breakthrough, getting that coveted SAG role, and they're right there. And I'll spend a lot of times thinking of ways to help other people instead of myself. And I think that's a huge, that happened from doing, as an actor, and then, opening the acting studio. That shift occurred gradually over time as well, of just really going like, I feel a certain responsibility to people who come to me and ask me to help them and for advice. And, so that's a huge part of what shifted.
I love that. Next question up is, what were some challenges you've overcome on your journey?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think the same challenges everybody, has, which mostly is the biggest challenge anyone's going to overcome is rejection. And the thing about the rejection is it's different than the rejection of someone who, it's rare that somebody says, we don't want you. It's usually you hear nothing, and that's the rejection. Nobody ever says, we didn't pick you because XYZ. You don't know. And I tell people all the time, because I've sat in casting rooms with casting directors, which is also something that was such a valuable experience for me, is early on I was able to establish these relationships, professional relationships with casting directors, in a way that I was often in the room, when decisions were being made, or had talked, would talk to, ask directors and producers questions, and and I learned a lot about the way the outside world views auditions and views things like that. And so I watched a lot of I learned a lot when it comes to, like I said, just the observation of it. So, and I found out early on that you never find out why you're rejected. They just tell you, you don't hear anything. Like I said, you send an audition in, and it is rare that someone says to you, "Hey, we really liked you." I mean, you get it every once in a while, but it's rare that somebody says, "Oh, hey, we really liked you, but you're too skinny, or you're too big, or whatever. You're white, you're black." But those things happen in that, your audition could have been just as good as this other guy, but it's just that guy, or he may not even be as good as you, but his look is what they were looking for. When they saw the character, they see him and they go, we can get that guy. We know we can, he's not perfect. He's not as good as this guy, but he has a better look and we know we can get this guy there. And so you don't know what I call the intangibles of it's not always that you didn't do a good audition. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's you just weren't what they were looking for whatever reason. And it's rare that you find out that. So you get these, you get rejection without notice. That's a challenge, and I honestly, I think that's probably the biggest challenge is how do you keep pushing forward when you don't have, because it's not, even when you have success, it's not like a daily success. It's not daily. You might do, 3, 4, 5 auditions a week, and then maybe in every 3 months you book something, and then okay, I've had this success. But so it's not like, it's like, how do you stay motivated when and that's I think, and most of the time when I'm trying to talk other actors off the ledge, or when they want to quit, and that's usually what I'm saying. And that's usually the thing that they're getting is like, I just haven't had any success. And it's like, but you're doing the right thing. You just haven't had that luck meets opportunity, so.
Great segue to this next question as well. How would you define success?
Oh, I've been asked that question before, and that's a tough one because I don't know that. So I think a lot of people, there are a lot of actors who would look at my resume and consider it a success. And I am not, I agree with it at I have been successful, but I think I think everybody has to define that for themselves, because ultimately, what are you going to be happy with? And if success for you is Academy Awards and Emmys and things, like, you'll probably never have success. The chances of having success are young. But if you just say, and I just want to do 2 or 3 television shows or movies a year, and then I'm going to do other things, but I'm going to be then that might be success to you, So I don't, success, for me, success is something that it doesn't matter where I am. I'm always chasing the next piece of it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't ever consider myself a success, because if I do, then I feel like I might have a tendency to kind of rest on my laurels and not push forward.
Yes, I like that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Port of the Pine.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing you on screen, and your son appeared in this film with you as well.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the film?
Yeah, so it's a movie we shot here locally, and it is about a firefighter named Jesse, who discovers this, portal to hell essentially in the woods, and his son gets caught up in this thing and is made sick by it, and so Jesse's in this kind of race against time to save his son and essentially save the world. We shot it out at Camp Minden, and a friend of mine, Jamie Kennedy, who I've worked with before and is a friend of mine, came in and did the movie with us, kind of as a favor. So that was really cool.
Joe friend Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, we worked together years ago, and just and that's if you never know, like you never know the friendships that you're gonna make when you work with people, and sometimes there's just most of the time you work with people and it doesn't matter if they're your level, their level, whatever, you move on. But there's been a lot of instances in my career with both celebrities and working actors where I've developed these just organic relationships with them. And I've worked with a couple of people. I've worked with Neil Hirsch a couple times, and just, I worked with Josh Hartnett a couple times. And so you get to know them, especially if you're spending 3 or 4 months together, whatever, you just get to know them on a human. It has nothing to do with them being, who they are. And I've never asked for anything, from them because of their status. I just, they're somebody I happen to work with, just like if I had worked with, I have people that are still friends of mine that I've worked with in the hotel business that I still talk to this day. Mm-hmm. So it's just that. It's just, they just happen to be somebody that everybody else knows.
The relationships that you're building. That's the thing that I learned when I became an actor. The relationships that you build, it literally opens the doors for you to be able to do the work.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because they might find something for you to do because they just have heard of you.
Yeah, or also too, they like you as a person. Like I have a friend of mine who's an executive producer and he does AMC TV shows and HBO and things like that, and he has given me a tremendous boost in my career by not giving me roles, but giving me the opportunity to audition for the decision makers, who then made their own decision to cast me. But he said to me one time, I said, "Man, look, I really appreciate you, doing this for me, and you've been a great, asset to me." And he said, "Look, man, I'm not doing this because we're friends. We'd be friends if you were a bad actor. We'd still be friends, but I wouldn't hire you. I put you out because you're one guy I don't have to worry about. You come, do the work. You don't have a meltdown when you get here. You're not a diva. All these things of like it. And if I put you up, I know that you'll make me look good, essentially. And that happens sometimes of just like those, they go like, we need somebody and they'll go, oh, I know a guy that can do it. And, hands out, I had a friend of mine who was a director for a TV series. I think that was on the CW or something. Anyway, he wanted to work with me, and he'd always look for stuff, and he would come into town, into New Orleans and stuff, and he'd be like, there's nothing. And then one day he was like, hey, I got something. You should be getting an audition for it. And I did. I booked it. When I got to the set, he had said to me, hey, I know you think that I got you this. He's like, but actually, and I say this too, is something, I tell this story too for people to understand. When he told me this, I went, oh man, I was on the good receiving end of that. But how many times have I been on the opposite and, somebody else got that? And he said they started watching auditions and he was going to kind of nonchalantly be like, hey, I kind of like that guy, just trying to wasn't going to push the issue. But he said he gets about 5 seconds of my audition, and the showrunner went like, oh, that's Garrett. No, let's just book him. You'll like him. He's good. We don't need to watch the rest of these tapes. Because I worked with the showrunner on another one of his shows. I didn't even realize the showrunner was doing that show. Mm-hmm. But that just goes to show you, it's like they see you and you've done something larger for them. This is something that's easy, and they just go, we don't need to go through this process. Just give them the job. But I thought in my head, how many great auditions did someone send in for that just never even got looked at because they immediately went, we don't have time for this. We know who this is. Let's just book it.
Right.
You know? So
that just goes that when you do the work, you show up, you're professional, people like what you're doing.
Yeah. And just don't be a jerk.
Right. Just be nice.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is don't be a jerk.
Great segue to this next question. What is the best advice you can give to someone thinking about pursuing their dreams of acting?
Yeah, don't be a jerk. Like that's really, truly that don't be, and don't, you have to understand how to not make ego-based decisions, because as actors, almost every decision that you make, whether you realize it or not, is you're making them in these from a place of your ego.
Mm-hmm.
And and also I would say, don't worry about, you're going to have, for whatever reason, the people around you. You do have to listen to the people that have your best interest at heart, not their own, and that actually have opinions that matter in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, your friends and all can think you're a great actor, but if the industry doesn't share that opinion, it doesn't matter what other people think. And so, you can't, so you have to have somebody. I think you have to find a mentor. No matter what I don't care if you're director, producer, writer, actor, you need someone who has had a level of success and is willing to not be a gatekeeper for it. Because you got to realize there's a lot of gatekeepers in the business. There's a lot and that's, again, ego-based decisions of, I'm not going to tell you what to do because I'm afraid that you're going to usurp me.
Mm.
Where I'm the opposite of that. I hope that you do. If you can beat me, if you're casting something, either A, I didn't do the work like I should have, or you were just the better, I have a student that we read for the same stuff occasionally, and he'll, sometimes I win, sometimes he does, but we're two totally different people. And I coach him, and when he comes in, I say like, hey, I read for this. Here, I'm going to tell you this is what I would do, and this is what I did, and this is because this is what's going on. And he does it that way, and he books it. And it's like, I think some people would probably try to sabotage the guy if they were doing the same thing. So I would say, get a mentor, get somebody who, kind of knows what they're talking about, that can help guide you. Don't make ego-based decisions in thinking that you're better than anyone, because you're not. We're all, and too, I'd say, we're all in this together, so it's like, just, if you have that mentality of like, don't make it, and again, I did make those mistakes in the beginning of just being more insular and find your community, because you can't do it by yourself. And you have to have the attitude of wanting to celebrate the success of others too.
Yes. Oh, this is like one of the key moments in my life right now. I'm sitting here with someone who's doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm learning from someone who's doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm just soaking it in.
Well, good.
I'm soaking it in.
Good.
And one of the key things that I've learned being in spaces with you, because I knew I had arrived when I was in spaces with you, and when I was in spaces with other actors that I've had the opportunity to work with.
Yeah.
Y'all are just really just down to earth people. There's no egos involved. It's not over the top. It's no, I want. It's really just chill.
Yeah. No, because it's like at the end of the day, I'm always amazed sometimes when there's certain people that like because I'm a nobody in the grand scheme of things. And when somebody meets me and they don't know how to talk to me just because they saw me like in a television show or, you know, something, that's always so bizarre to me that it's, people find it awkward sometimes to hold a conversation with me. And I'm pretty easy to talk to. Like, you know.
Right, like, I'm like, he doesn't seem like that sitting here.
No, but people do. And it's, but yeah, it's at the end of the day, we're all just, you know, and listen, I have met some kind of jerky, you know, higher up folks before, but like, I don't even pay attention to those. I get on a set and there's, you know, number one's a jerk. I just say, okay, well, today's the day I go do my work and go home, you know, and I don't worry about, that thing of like, don't meet your heroes is true in some aspects, but like also I look at it as like, well, why should I be looking up to that guy anyway? Like, he's no different than the rest of us. And if he's a jerk, I don't want to be like him anyway.
Hey, who wants to be that guy on set?
Yeah, exactly.
This is insane. Cause it's like the city. You don't sound like that guy that people be like, what? Hey, he said what? You don't come off like that.
Yeah.
You just come off like, he's that guy that we know is an actor. Just going into spaces with you, you just really chill. You tend to want to teach more than to talk.
Yeah. No, I am very passionate about the business and I'm passionate about acting in general. And I want to pass on that knowledge because there are things that I didn't understand about the way the business worked when I got in that I wish that I would have. And the people that I asked either didn't honestly, like, I've had actors that had that old adage of, those who can't do teach. I've had those, but I was like, my joke to people is like, but why do you choose someone? Why choose someone who can't and teaches when you can choose someone who does and teaches both? And so I want people to have the right knowledge so that they're set up for the greatest amount of success. Like that's, I see people stumble because they don't understand the way the business works. And so if I can just say like, hey, I'm not trying to, be a jerk when I say to you, this is the way this happens. I want to help you be better. And I think that's, the issue a lot of times with some people is they get kind of trapped in their own headspace and don't get outside of it. And so, I love I love to share my experiences too, because like I said, I'm from morning sport. And so if a guy, a kid that grew up in morning sport, population at the time when I was a kid, probably about 900 people there. If a kid from morning sport can follow his dreams and, make it on television, anybody can, if you have the right, the
right
attitude and the right, people to kind of like guide you. Like I said, I don't, this is not a business as much as people think they can do it on their own and they feel like they have to because they want to protect that. You can't. You have to have a tribe. You have to have a community. And hopefully where you learn from each other.
I love that. This next question is probably one of my most important questions. Can you give us your favorite quote and why?
Well, it's funny. I have one that I say acting is not a metocracy, which is, I have a t-shirt that I sell that says that actually. So that's one, because you have to realize that it's not, like I said, it's not entirely based on merit. But the other one that I like is that a rising tide lifts all ships. And that's why I say you can't be insular and you can't be what's good for one member of the community is good for all the members of the community because it shines a light. And a prime example of why you should root for people is back in, I think it was 2016, I think it was the year, we had Deepwater and we had Magnificent Seven, and there was 2 or 3 other projects that were going on at the same time. And these were long projects, 6 months, 7 months, 8-month projects, and gigantic casts. So much so that I had to turn down Magnificent Seven to do Deepwater Horizon. And so in doing that, then someone else got that role that I would have booked. And the same thing of like, there were so many people that were booked in that time frame that I saw actors who had never booked before were getting their first break, and they're doing it on a 13-week contract on a $100 million film.
Oh.
And it's because everyone was working. So that's why, you have to root for the people around you, and also understand that, everyone moves at these kind of like different levels, and there might be somebody that pulls a little bit ahead of you, and they can't necessarily pull you with them because they're not in the place to do it yet. And you can't hold that against them.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to go do your own thing and keep pushing for them, and then realize that, maybe they'll, and also, you want your people that to elevate to be in positions of power.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like because again, like we said, it's much more about the relationships. Well, I have relationships with, and this is why you're never a jerk to anybody. I literally know a guy that the first time I met him, he was a background extra on a film that I was a principal in, and we just happened to hit it up talking, and they had asked me like, hey, you want to pull a couple of people? And I was like, yeah, get that guy and that girl that's over there with him, like, because I'd been talking to him there. All right, we'll put him in the scene with you. So they put them off in the back, and I'm doing my scene with the main actor and stuff. And then he hits me up on Facebook, and we just talked. And next thing I know, he was like a cast assistant, and now he's a casting director, and he's moving up in that world. And the same thing, I've known PAs who are now directors. I've known stunt people who are now stunt coordinators we're not talking about like stunt coordinator on your friend's short film
Mm-hmm.
for film prize. We're talking $150 million, movies, working with A-list action and coordinating. And they were a stunt person, 15 years ago. Well, who do you think that they bring with them? All the stunt people that and I know friends of mine who are stunties, and they, are called by this person all the time because they came up together. So you want people to succeed, and you want them to get in those positions of power. And then the same thing of like, if you find yourself in that position of power, and you can do the solid, take the elevator up, you got to send it back down.
Right. I'm just saying, is at least happy to bring someone with you.
Yeah.
It gets lonely at times.
That's right.
I love that. Because I see this all the time now. Shout outs to Christy Woodard. I see you watching, Christy. Definitely.
Hey, Christy!
She's one of the few people who has been very, very instrumental in my acting career. Giving me my shot to do her. So shout outs to her. Thank you for tuning in. It is incredible as a local actors, to see our people like you, and Christy Woodard, like to see y'all out here in the industry working, and then to celebrate with you and come and watch your films and see what you're doing here in our backyard in our hometown.
Yeah.
Making our hometown so instrumental also in the work. It lets people know that it's not just the actors, but even our hometown has value within the work.
Yeah, and people probably don't realize, but like we're talking about Jamie, God love him. He, in the last, I've seen him, he's doing some media rounds because he's working with he is kind of passionate and working with this stuff about the new Freon and how they're switching things over, and he's trying to like bring awareness to that. And on these shows, he's been talking about like Portland Pines, and he's talking about Shreveport like on these national news shows and national talk shows and things. So it is important for us to do those things because it doesn't just stay here in the community. It gets pushed outward and it brings eyes to the talent that's in the community, and I think that's important too.
Great segue to this next question. Can you tell us 3 things you'd like to see better in our community?
Yeah. So not so much. Our filmmaking groups are a Venn diagram here, and there's a little bit of overlap, but there is not a lot of collaboration between the groups because of that competitiveness. And honestly, I think it's why we'll ultimately, if that doesn't get solved, to put it harshly, I think that the filmmaking community as a whole will fail because that's not the other way. Like when you go to because you got to realize too, if you're working as a camera guy, whatever today, you might be working with this crew today. I don't care. It's a $150 million movie. You're working with this crew today, and you're working with another crew tomorrow, and you're working with another crew. So you have to learn how to work with other people. You can't just, yes, you do want to bring the people in. You want to work with your own people, and that's great. But if you don't bring in the new blood, if you don't bring in something to kind of, build up then your community just starts to fall apart, essentially. Because eventually, through, just attrition, you're going to lose people within your community. There's people that I used to run with as part of a filmmaking community and stuff that aren't even in the business anymore. Mm-hmm. If I hadn't been, talking to new people and constantly, if I would have stayed with the group that I stayed with when I first started, I'd be the last one. I'd be the only one here. But instead, I built another community, and I'm constantly recruiting members of that community. So that's the first thing I'd like to see is the community not be so insular with each other, because it forces. Then I feel the same way of like, okay, well, if you don't want us, and then I'll do something and won't call you. Like, right. And I hate to be that way. Second thing I think I would like to, again, see a little bit. I don't feel like there's a lot of people in the community. There's a lot of people in the film community who I say they're on the peripheral because, again, there's different, a couple of sides to the business that are different, right? There's the professional, big budget, huge, $100 million, $150 million. That's the economic engine. That's the ones, and they're the ones, quite frankly, that set the rules. Because if you're trying to break into that boys club, and girls club, if you're trying to break into that, you can't tell a guy who makes $150 million movie that no, we do it this way, and have them look at your stuff that you're trying to get some traction for yourself as a filmmaker. You can't send them something that is against the norm, and you can't do things that you have to learn the way the business works. So second thing would be the number of people who call themselves actors in Shreveport. And I've been a professional actor in this town for 15 years. I've been a coach for 11 now. And I've had a business. I was at Millennium for 10 years. I've been at my new location for over a year. And if you tell me you're an actor and you tell me you've never heard of me and you live in Shreveport and you're from Shreveport, you're not doing your due diligence.
Right. Because I'll say you're obviously a liar or you are not.
Because the first thing you do as an actor is Google acting schools near me, and I'm number one. So education. I wish people would get educated. And then the third thing I would like to see from the community is to not have, like, we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of there's a lot that can be done, but there are delusions of grandeur when it comes to exactly what we can do here.
Mm-hmm.
I wish people would temper their expectations a little bit, because I think it's easier to, have a realistic expectation, because again, people have a certain, people in the industry have a certain view of Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stigma that we have to fight against. But instead of us fighting against it, most of the time what we are actually doing is reinforcing that stigma in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what I would like is for people to, again, that goes back to education, but just be realistic about, stop saying, oh, we're going to be this.
Right.
That you have to understand the way this industry has evolved, and I'm constantly trying to figure out how that changes in the way that I teach and the way that I tape and all of that. You have to look at the way this thing has evolved since its inception, from silent movies up to 3D. I mean, like, just go through even the type of movies they made.
Mm-hmm.
They used to make some pretty, if people don't understand, they used to make some pretty raunchy films back before they came up with the decency standards. And then all of a sudden everything got really wholesome. And it wasn't until the 70s that they brought back,
blaxploitation,
all of that, like violence and just sex and nudity, all that stuff. And just said, the hell with these, standards kind of thing. And then, of course, now, it's AI, just everything it's a constant evolution, and we got to keep up with it.
Can we talk about AI?
Sure.
Because there's this big wave of talk about how AI is starting to affect the art community here in Shreveport. You're the first person I get to talk about this here on a Lil Tea Time.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to kind of get your opinion, because you've been working in this industry for a while. You understand how things work and how when a tide shifts, it affects everyone who's literally on the shore when the tide comes in.
Yeah, for sure.
What would be some of your thoughts on AI right now?
I'm not quite the doom and gloomer when it comes to art that most people are with AI, because I think that because AI can't create from nothing. It's an aggregate of things that have been done before. I can tell an AI written script and I've seen it with people audition since it, and they're awful. They're absolutely trash. And if you use your AI to write your script is trash. I don't care what you think. Your script is trash.
This is not real.
It's terrible. The dialogue's not real. There's just so many things. It's unbelievable situation. So I'm not quite as doom and gloom, because I think AI used properly as a tool, and I think it has a place probably. Yeah, we don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
The production companies and producers and things are this. At the end of the day, this is a corporate, deal, and people make movies to make money.
Mm-hmm.
That is their number one, and a lot of the people that make movies happen to have, stock prices.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not just dictated, them making money is not just dictated for that one studio, but it's dictated for their shareholders and things at large. So they're constantly going to be looking for ways to save money. So I think there's probably going to be some jobs in the future on a film set that are either, consolidated, and they give more people, more work to do because they can do more with AI, and they cut trim some fat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you probably I think special effects and things like that are going to be affected more than writers and actors and things, because I think that, like, unless it just, and I just don't see where it can right now, but unless it gets to where it is just so, I don't think the general public will will, but the general public would have to have a shift of going, oh, we don't want to watch it. It doesn't matter to us. We want to watch. But I don't think that's true, because you can look at what the general public likes, and they generally, we like when we see, a show like Breaking Bad, the consensus overall for a show like that is this is a great show. It's one of the best shows on television, and people tend to agree with it. And I don't think that, with AI, I think it would be the opposite of that. I think a lot of people are going to be like, this is a piece of crap. Like, what are we watching? And then therefore, if they put completely AI stuff out made, and people watch it and go, this is as great as Titanic, then we're screwed.
Right.
But I don't see that happening.
No. And I've been playing a lot with this new app. Where I've been doing some promos for my show and things like this, and it's an AI app.
Yeah.
And I've been playing around with it. And I'm like, this thing doesn't have my tattoos.
Yeah.
It doesn't have my personality.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And it seems like when you're playing around with it, this thing has its own personality.
Yeah, and it's based on whatever, like an aggregate of things.
Yeah.
Not just yours, but like they pulled some other personalities from something else, and they kind of just.
And I was like, wait a minute. And I've been seeing how people are responding to it. I'm like, y'all know that's not me, right?
Yeah.
Like, these are promos I'm doing to promote my show.
Yeah.
They're like, Jim, you look so good. I'm like, that's not me.
Yeah.
That's my face, but that's not me.
Yeah.
And I was starting to feel weird. I was like, no, let's not make this a habit.
Yeah.
Like, I like the fact that when I do my own videos, it's me. It's what I wear. It's what I look like. It's my jewelry. It's my personality. It's my energy. And so I don't see how AI can duplicate it, because like playing around with AI, you have to tell it specific.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What you want.
Yeah.
Like down to what you want it to wear, what you want it to say. If you want to have it crying, like you have to create it down to like the millisecond of what it is that you want. And if it's still not what you want, you wasted like 10 minutes feeding a machine something that you could have done in like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's why I think it, as a creative tool, I don't think it has much use. I think the use is like, and I think what we'll discover is it's much more, for dealing with, statistics and analysis and things like that. I could see where, there might be the danger in that is all of a sudden do production companies start feeding in to the AI, and then the AI spits out, this is the thing that everybody wants to see. And then the decisions are being made of what gets greenlit and what doesn't get greenlit by AI. I could see that being a thing for some, especially if it's like, again, production companies, they want to make money. And so if they can figure out a way to make things cheaper so they can make more money, they're going to do that.
Understood. Final question.
Yes.
And we're going to get into candy or corn.
Okay.
What would be your wish for the next generation?
Oh man, wow, that's tough. Don't try not to screw it up, but then you probably will anyway. I mean, like, I don't, the whole thing of like, they always say like, you learn from history and learn from mistakes of the past, but I don't think we really do. So I would say I wish they would, but I don't, in the way that I don't think they probably had much hope for us in previous generations. I don't know, but as far as like the next generation of like performers and things, I hope that there are a bunch of them, and I hope that we continue to. Movies are such a great experience as
Yes.
like going to the theater and getting the
Yes.
popcorn and doing it. And I just, I can't remember, there was an actor the other day, I think it might have been Leo or somebody, but he said that he thought theaters might become more like jazz clubs, you know, like that. And I just went, oh God, I hope not. Like, I hope it doesn't become some niche thing that you only get one or two in a town and nobody, and then people, like, you just only have a handful of like really dedicated people. That would honestly be my next wishes for the next generations. I hope that they don't get so used to looking at this that they miss out on the experience of, like, you know, there is nothing greater like than going to see a movie that as a collective consciousness of like you're watching it and it's a full theater. Like, man, prime example is Endgame. To watch that by yourself at home, cool, whatever, it's great. But to be in that theater and to get the goosebumps and to feel the energy and everybody freak out when you see Chadwick Boseman come through the portal, like, and you hear on your left, like, the theater swell, like, you don't, like, there's something magical about that. Yes. So I hope we don't lose that. That's what I hope.
I love that. And you're right on point with it. The last movie that I actually got an opportunity to see was Wicked for Good.
Yeah.
And went to the theater to see it with other people. And we're all responding to the same scenes, or we're all like,
yeah. It was, for me, it was the last one that I had like that. It was a huge one with Superman. It was the new one. Same kind of thing of like, you know, and then there were times where the theater didn't, and I was like, are we watching the same movie? What are you guys doing? Why is this such a lame crowd? You know, like, I like that, you know, and there is nothing that's, I don't like horror films, but which is funny because I do a lot of them, but I don't get anything out of them on watching them. I don't, jump scares don't do anything for me. So like, but what I do enjoy is if somebody drags me to one, at the theater, I like going and watching all the other people freak out. Yeah. Like, it's that experience. It's like, you know.
It was the experience with Port of the Pine.
Yeah, that was great. I enjoyed watching that with everyone.
Front row of your premiere. We were sitting on the front row, and we were freaking out. And then we started to try and predict scenes.
Yeah.
And we were like, what you think they're gonna do?
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, that's so much fun.
Oh, the movie was epic. The ending. It was the ending. There were a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But the ending, and I can't really just say
yeah.
You have to see it to understand. The ending of that movie, I was like, no. There was always a twist.
Yeah.
When you thought that was another twist,
yep.
There's another twist.
Yeah, exactly.
This movie was so much fun.
It was fun to make.
How can people?
It's on two. You can right now you have to rent it or purchase it, and you can do it in two places. You can do it on Amazon Prime. You can rent or buy it there, or Fandango at home. Mm-hmm. So Fandango at home or Amazon Prime.
Yes, y'all get it
to Amazon.
Portal in the Pines. This movie was so much fun to see our hometown as the backdrop, to see Garrett and his son and everyone that they brought to the screen for this project. This is an amazing project.
A lot of my students were in it. Matter of fact, the guy that played my best friend in the show is one of my best friends. Here he came to me off the street with no acting experience. 10 years ago, and that's Terry Nelson. And not only, but I'll tell you what defines success for me. I don't know if I've defined success as an actor yet, but I'll tell you where I've defined success as an acting coach is my students and how their success and what they've done. And Terry is one of my greatest success stories in that he not only has he done things outside of me, but he actually shared the screen with me on Disney's Secrets of Sulphur Springs and had his first recurring role on a bona fide television series. And he came off the street 10 years ago with zero experience and just said, this is something I want to do. And I said, well, let's see if we can do it. And so to be able to see my students and to act with them, it's one thing to act with them on a local film, and that's awesome. But man, when you get to go on location and they get to be there with you and, it's really special. I really enjoy that experience.
Yes. And a little birdie told me that you heard Miss Tiffany Walker's acting coach.
Yes, I love Tiffany. She's great. I just talked to her today, as a matter of fact.
To see her in the commercials that she's been doing and to see her in the film work that she's been doing, and knowing that you play a significant part in building that with her, how does that make you feel? Because I was like, she's her acting coach. I just thought about it.
I am. Every time I see somebody that's part of the studio or has ever been part of the studio, I'm always excited to see them in a series, in a commercial. It's like I said, that's to me, that's the success and I just love seeing the joy on their face and in the booking and doing the work and how excited they are about, getting the job. And I love to, I usually make, when people have been, on a set and they book something, one of the first things I have them do, is, their first night back in class is share their experience from set with the class. 'Cause there's newer people in there that don't, and I want people to realize, like, oh, this guy was me 5 years ago. This guy was me 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. So I love it when any of them have any success.
I love that. So then we're gonna dive into Candy and Corn, because we could go on and on and on and on and on about
that's right. Your
personal life in this industry, but we're gonna get into my game, Candy and Corn.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask you about these candies.
Okay.
If you'd eat these candies, you could say candy.
Okay.
If you would not eat these candies, you could say corn.
All right.
And we want to invite the viewers at home. Y'all can play candy or corn with us by simply putting your responses, candy or corn, in the comment section. All right. Mr. Garrett, are you ready to play?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. First candy up is the York's Peppermint Patty.
Candy.
Right off the bat. Right off the bat, I love that. Next candy up is 100 gram.
Candy.
Next up, Snickers.
Candy. I haven't had a candy I like. It'll be tough. Keep going.
That part. M&M's.
Oh, candy.
Mike and Ike's.
Candy.
Lemon Heads.
Candy.
Twix.
Candy.
Skittles.
Taste the rainbow. Candy.
I love that. You better throw that ad in for that shameless plug. Next candy is the Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, candy. Yeah, I love sour stuff.
Love it. And final candy is candy corn.
Corn, because I hate candy corn. I cannot stand. I would rather eat creamed corn, corn on the cob, corn. I would choose corn, real corn, over candy corn every day. And I've tried it 1,000 different ways, because it's always like one of those things of like, it's a stigma. It really can't be as bad. Like, I'm just being a jerk of like not liking it because it's really bad. It's really that bad, and people who like it, I don't understand. Like, I try to respect it, but I can't. I just can't.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like, what are you? I think you eat it just like, if you say you like candy corn, quite honestly, I think you're just being contrary. Like, I just think you're doing it to just be like, I like something no one else does. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Who wants to actually eat candle wax?
It's disgusting.
If you wanted to eat candle wax, just go and eat an actual candle.
With sugar, apparently.
Right.
That's it.
It's disgusting.
Well, candle wax and sugar.
Right. He's one of my people. First in the season. Yes. Oh, I didn't start keeping tallies of who are candy corn people and who are not here. I've been doing the show for 5 years.
Yeah, you need to go back. and
that's
make a list.
yeah. That's probably interviewing over 500 people.
Yeah, and then let me know because I don't want to talk to those people. I want to avoid them and never hire them or.
Well, let's not hire them because they eat candy corn.
I don't know. That's a pretty.
If that's the deal breaker,
that's a line. I don't know. I don't know if I want to associate with those kind of people. I'm just saying, like, I like to work with people that we have like minds, and if you like candy corn, you're probably a serial killer.
Right. Like literally.
Yeah.
And if I show up to a set and there's candy corn on the set, I'm going to be watching the person who's eating candy corn.
Listen, it's weird. I've worked on Halloween, no lie. I've worked on Halloween probably 8 or 9 Halloweens. It was weird. When my kids were little, I was always missing Halloween because I was always on a set working somewhere. And I've never seen candy corn on a set, even at Halloween. So, just.
Great. This all hot shit. Garrett, I have to spill this tea over here because this is what we do. We spill the tea over here in a little tea time. So I'm going to get into my tea spill.
Okay.
So tonight, it is one of our local talents, Charles Teddy Bear Tucker. It's his birthday tonight. He celebrated his birthday over at Words Over Latte. So happy birthday to you, Charles.
Happy birthday, Charles.
I'm going to get into the Critic Choice Awards because this was just last night.
Yeah.
And I am such a fan, again, of movies and TV that when I started hearing the announcements, I was watching Last Man in San Francisco last night while the Critic Choice Awards was going on. And I was like, oh, I don't have cable anymore. That's why I'm missing it. But I started literally getting all of the info of the winners.
Yeah.
And of what was going on. Now I'm here to share that with the people tonight.
Beautiful. Let's do it.
So, the Critics' Choice Awards last night, I have to send congratulations out to Best Director Paul Thomas Anderson and One Battle After Another being named Best Picture. Congratulations. I'm a fan of this movie. I haven't had the opportunity to see it yet, but I'm a fan of this movie because the cast is just stellar anyway. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Taylor. Not Taylor. I'm messing up her name. My bad. But she's also a great actress that's also in this movie. She plays his love interest in the movie. Just fantastic movie overall. And I'm looking forward to watching this movie because I want to see what they pulled off. Because it was a really great movie to see in the credits. I saw a lot of the credits.
Yeah.
So I was excited to catch the film because of the credits.
Yeah.
But congratulations to y'all. Sinners. With 4 wins.
Yeah.
Last night.
Huge.
Delroy Orlando accepted the award for the new category Best Cast and Ensemble winner, Francine Massler. Congratulations to her. Congratulations to actor Miles Canton, who won Best Young Actor. Congratulations to Ryan Coogler with Best Original Screenplay for, of course, the movie. Did you see this movie?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This movie is like the most talked about movie in the world right now.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Ludwig Göransson winning Best Score. I probably missed that name or two, but this movie was so good.
Yeah. And again, I knew there's some local guys that I knew, local people I know that are not local Shreveport, but local regional, South Louisiana, Texas actors that were in that movie.
I could have been in that movie, but I turned it down. Now that I think, I was like, I was going to be a part of this award winning. But I turned it down to work in something that we were doing local. And I was happy that I did the local film because that was the film that people know me for the most now. So just to give people a background, while they were filming Sinners, we were filming Never Alone for Christmas. And so I had the opportunity to either go down to film that or stay here and film Never Alone for Christmas. Obviously, I stayed to film the Christmas movie because everyone now knows me for the Christmas movie. So I was happy that I sees the Christmas movie.
Yeah.
That's like every year.
Yeah.
They're gonna be watching Never Alone for Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just happy I had the opportunity to do it. But this movie was so good that I was like,
Yeah, it was really good. Really well done film.
Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, congratulations. And I'm getting this movie from my collection because I'm that guy who collects actual
me too.
movies. Like,
me too.
If you don't have a DVD collection, I don't trust you.
Yeah, no, I have one.
So people who watch movies, we have actual collections where we're like, no, I actually have that actual film. I can go and turn that film on right now. So congratulations to y'all. Gotta send more congratulations out to Timothy Chalamet winning Best Actor for Marty Supreme. Jessie Buckley for Best Actress for Hamnet. Congratulations to y'all. Best Visual Effects went to Avatar, Fire, and Ash. Congratulations. Oh, I love that movie. I just love what Avatar has become.
Yeah, oh yeah.
With James Cameron.
Yeah.
To see how these movies are put together, the amount of time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it takes forever. Like,
and all that we see behind the scenes, because I get a lot of stuff that I see on the internet from behind the scenes from this movie. That movie is a lot of work. Those
oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's intense training. It's intense the amount of time and energy that goes into what we don't see. And that's the other thing I enjoy about movies. It's the stuff that people don't see.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the conversations that take place while we're just hanging out with other actors. And we're just talking about normal stuff like the weather or the food that's being on craft or the just whatever. That's the key stuff that I love about acting. Just again, when we were talking about the relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the key things that I love about the movies. The stuff that people wouldn't even understand unless you were there. So congratulations again. I just want my little attention for that. Congratulations to Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, Janelle James in Abbott Elementary. I watched this show.
Yeah, that's a great show.
She's hilarious and shit. So
yeah, she is.
Congratulations to you, Janelle James. Best Comedy Special went to Saturday Night Live 50th Anniversary Special.
It was incredible.
If you missed it, you were probably under a rock. That was the best special I had to see. Like, I grew up watching Saturday Night Live. Over the years, the older I got back into it.
Yeah.
And to see how they brought original cast members who started in the 80s back and they got to play with the current cast members.
Yeah.
And taking classical moments and making them like very current.
That was great.
Moments.
So good.
Oh, it was so freaking good. So congratulations to y'all. I enjoyed that special.
Yeah,
so congratulations to y'all. Congratulations to Jimmy Kimmel Live winning Best Talk Show. Just small fact over here. When I want to get like information from my show, I watch Jimmy.
Nah, that's awesome.
So it's kind of part of the secret in the show. Like when I need T to spill here, I'm like, oh, such and such was on his show. I can talk about that. So I enjoy Jimmy Kimmel. I enjoyed that Jimmy Kimmel just says it like he means it. And he's just entertaining. Like, I'm going to be up to watch Jimmy Kimmel tonight because I'm just a fan that he can just do whatever he want to do on that stage without restrictions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even while he's being attacked for what he's doing, because he's a comedian.
Yeah.
And comedians have the responsibility to poke fun at real life.
They're the reason, honestly, it's like they were the test for the First Amendment way back. Like Lenny Bruce. I mean, that's the whole, that was the whole thing, was it was comedians that actually went out and like really tested the First Amendment and what it means. So that's a huge, people don't understand comedy has a huge historical reference when it comes to our First Amendment rights and free speech.
Yes, I love that because they literally challenge you.
Yeah,
they challenge
I
can say this.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if you tell them they can't, they're going to double down, and that's kind of the point.
So congratulations to you, Jimmy Kimmel. So breaking news, if y'all have heard or have not heard, MTV's station ended broadcasting after 44 years.
Yeah, I remember watching it initially at my cousin's house because like I said, we didn't have cable in Morningsport. And then when we did get cable, they didn't have MTV in Morningsport. They had it in Blanchard. My friends had it. And I would literally go over to their house. Like we would go over and we would watch Beavis and Butthead. Like it was like, and all the, and I'm a Gen X guy. So I grew up watching grunge and like MTV Raps and all of those shows. Like, so when I didn't even know, I remember hearing it was happening, but like when it made me sad because I'm at a very kind of like nostalgic place in my life right now anyway. And so like it's like I have there's a lot of things that are ending, a lot of eras that are ending for me with kids going off and different things that are happening. And so that was just one more, that's gone too.
Yeah. I growing up watching MTV, those were my real world days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember the real world too.
Those were my real world days. And I was,
Huck was like,
when I was in high school, middle school and high school, and I was like, watching Real World, I was like, I want to be on TV. I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I was interested in acting when I saw the reality shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Movies were really good. Like, I loved movies, but it was the reality shows that was like, wait, you mean to tell me these are regular people who just got to go and see you just do scripted stuff?
Yeah.
Now I want to be.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Watching Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah, it was amazing. I remember when that one came out. It was
just watching history being made on that platform. Just how it just steered the entire country. It set the pulse and the tone for the whole movement of art.
Yeah, no, I mean MTV News was huge. You got a lot of I remember the MTV News when the Kurt Cobain and I remember when it was Kurt Loder, I think that had it was just you'd always man, that is definitely a sad day that they have shuttered those stations. Now it just lives on YouTube forever.
Right. Because literally YouTube's buying everything and owning everything. But I think MTV was one of those platforms that, to be alive in the time of MTV, we saw us.
Yeah.
We saw culture.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
We saw culture. We saw who we wanted to be. We saw what we wanted to do. We saw our Snooki and our Jay Wild and our Brandy and our Monica. We saw us. We saw culture being defined in real time with MTV, because I want to say MTV was like one of the first TV stations during that particular time that became like really mainstream. That's when we heard Madonna with Vogue.
Oh yeah, Like a Prayer, and how like controversial it was at the time when it came out, and like the times they were like, "Oh, this video's been banned on him," and then you wanted to be like, "Oh, we got to see what was banned." Like it defined, it defined a generation for sure.
So MTV, I'm just gonna personally say to MTV, I don't know about your thoughts, but I have my thoughts. MTV, I thank you for just letting this little dude see me. I got to see a version of me on TV through music and art and acting that it transformed my life and it made me say this is something that I wanted to do. I saw characters and it made me want to be a character. So I love that for MTV. And I'm gonna miss MTV because of that, because I got to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great.
Great experience. So MTV will miss you. No, no, no. Next up, Peeping Todd, the musical. Oh, I am in this movie. And this movie, they're having a premiere this Friday at Tinseltown. And I'm excited about this because we worked on this movie like 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I love those guys, that group, and it's gonna be great.
It is insane that we're finally having this premiere here. So Chris, Alex, Evan, I just want to congratulate y'all in advance because like I've been seeing the success of this movie on the internet. I've been just hearing all of the buzz that this movie has been getting around the country, and to finally have it home, I'm so excited for us. I hope that there's more than one taping of this movie or one showing of this movie. I'm hoping that there's more than one showing of this movie this night because I also have my own personal event coming up this particular night. Also, I am hosting the Verses and Vibe Poetry Slam Friday, January the 9th, 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. featuring you genius. We're going to be back in the Artworks classroom at 5714 Jewella Avenue. This event, my poetry event, literally got scheduled the same night as this movie premiere. And it was like, do I show up for my thing or do I go and see the movie? And I chose to show up for my thing.
That's commendable.
Because that's my actual
Yeah,
job.
it's your thing, yeah.
I have to be there for that.
Yeah.
So, Chris, everybody who's in the premiere, I'm so happy for y'all, but I'm sad because I'm going to visit. I wanted to see this movie. I've been waiting 2 years to see this movie. And I still don't get to see it. This is insane. But all in all, I'm excited because I'm in another
that's
movie
awesome.
and I'm on screen again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is why I live with these moments as an actor when I get to announce it here on my
Yeah,
podcast.
absolutely.
Like, y'all, if you have the opportunity to go and see Peeping Todd the musical, go see it. It's just gonna be great content. It's a great movie. I had a great time working on this set. I had a great time working with the cast. And to finally see the end product. It's super exciting. Because I get to think like, I know the part that I played in this. I know what we brought to the stage and brought to the set. I don't want to miss that. But I'm going to have to miss it because y'all got to come out and support Verses and Vibes. So we definitely want y'all in the building for that. If you can make it to both, let's make it to both. I plan on going to see this film after I'm done with my event. So hopefully I can get in and go and see it. But definitely don't want to miss that. Also, I am hosting my residency, my art residency this Sunday. I am hosting my self-publishing workshop from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. And my art talk and book signing is from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. As y'all know, I am a 10-time self-published author. This year is marking my 10th year as a published author. And I am excited to do my book signing this Sunday because this is my 10th year doing this and it's the best thing in the world. Like, as an actor, it's the greatest feeling in the world when you see you on screen. So for me to be a writer and a published author for 10 years. The best part of it for me is when I get to teach people how to publish their own work and how to establish their own brand as a writer. And not only that, but to meet the people who I've met over 10 years, the people who support my writing, who support my book brand. It's the most amazing feeling because when we set out to do the art that we do, we set out to do the work because we love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not because we're looking for people to respond to it, but because we love it. It's more rewarding when people respond to it.
Absolutely.
And when people come up and tell you, hey, I love what you did in Portal of the Pines.
Yeah, for sure.
Or when people can say, hey man, I love what you've been doing with your journey as a writer. These are the moments that I live for. So y'all, I'm just super excited that I get to share that with y'all again. I definitely want y'all to come out. I have my books. I have everything ready for the event, and I am very excited to share this with y'all. I'm getting my hair done and everything. Like, it's gonna be a major day out there. I'm excited to bring this to y'all. Like, my 10th year as a published author. I love that. I love this for me, and I love that I get to share this with other people. So, if you're interested in the workshop, definitely hit us up. I'm definitely looking forward to meeting new people, meeting new writers and new authors who are ready to take on this task of they want to publish their own work and be their own boss and make their own path the way that I made mine. I'm looking forward to meeting y'all and spending time with y'all and teaching y'all how to do this yourself. So definitely don't want y'all to miss that. Gotta send shout outs again to Iced Up Photography. They're hosting their casting call, Real Models of Shreveport Making History, January the 10th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. They are looking for models of all shapes, sizes, textures, tones, whatever you bring to the table. They got something for you, so you don't want to miss that. Definitely want to get your headshots out there and bring your best personality, your best attitude, and go out there and audition to be a model. You never know. I might even show up to this thing. So y'all have fun. Also, we want to continue to talk about Foodie Fest, which is coming up. I'm a big food person.
Me too.
So foodie people, we definitely going to be in the place for this event. Y'all know the flyer has been circulating on social media, so I don't have to remind you of any of the dates because the flyer is literally just circulating every single day. We hear about this event every day. But definitely don't want you guys to miss it. It's going to be from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the 1210 Milam Street. It's going to be celebrating food, culture, and resilience. The event is family friendly and it is free to the public. It is going to be hosted by Foodie Fest Chef Ambassador and the 2024 Golden Fork winner, Chef Melvin. So congratulations to y'all again. I'm looking forward to this event. I'm most likely going to make sure that I'm in a place for that because I know the food is going to be delicious. So y'all don't want to miss that. Also, I've been talking about this on the show because they're going to be kicking off in about a month. And I just want to talk about it because I just want to be on the ship for this particular thing. Maxwell's Urban Hangout Suite Cruise 2026. If you are a Maxwell fan, which a lot of us are out there, you want to go ahead and get your tickets February the 7th through the 12th. Again, because I've been talking about this a lot over here on Tea Time, they have been increasing their circulation on social media. So y'all have been possibly hearing about the Osley Brothers and Kim and Lucky Day and all of the people who are going to be on that show. I'm just talking about it because I just want to have a room on the ship so that I don't miss the show myself. And hope I can interview some people here for Tea Time on the boat.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Hell yeah, that's why I'm just continuing to get out there in the universe.
That's it, gotta.
I'll take the smallest room you have. As long as I don't miss the show. Right? Next up, I gotta continue to congratulate our own Shreveport's native Adriana and her new single, Open Fires. The song is doing numbers. So congratulations to you, Adriana, with everything that you've been doing. with your music. Congratulations to you. Um, More acting and movie news. So, according to Good News page, allegedly, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are planning to produce a movie about Mansa Musa, the richest black in history.
Oh wow, that's gonna be good if those two are doing it together. I haven't seen a movie they've done together yet that I didn't like.
Right. So, just hey, if this is happening, it's gonna be a hot shit. So it's a hot shit. So, congratulations to y'all. Um, Also, I get to talk about this again. Thank you to everyone who's been checking out Catfish Me, please, on YouTube, the new show that's out. I came into this show as a new cast member and in a new season, so I'm very excited to be a part of that project with them. And just y'all get into it if y'all been seeing it. We've been doing our due diligence to get people to watch and encouraging people to watch and to start getting feedback from my friends and my family about the show and what they feel about it. I'm just excited that I had the opportunity just to be an extra in this show and then to have like one or two speaking lines in it. And my family is like, okay, they're showing it to their kids and they're showing it to everybody and they're encouraging everybody like, no, he's doing it, y'all. Like, he's really doing this. And this is the second project this year that I am a part of as an actor. So I'm super excited about that. So yeah, Catfish Me Please is on YouTube. There will be other episodes coming, so y'all keep watching. And thank you for everybody who's tuning in. And I want to put my small 10 cents in on something really quick. Because there's a particular scene that my name is mentioned in, and then one of the characters ends up getting beaten in the scene. Um, I was like, I was so happy because I kept hearing them speak my name in the show. But then when the character starts getting beaten, I was like, no, no, why are you beating the character because she just said my name? I was like, no, I feel bad. I felt horrible watching it because it's like she's getting beaten. That's because she mentioned my name a couple of times. I was like, but I had nothing to do with it. It's like, it's funny and it's ironic and it's like, damn, 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 that's really happening. My name had that type of influence. Okay. So, hey, I just wanted to talk about that because I was just feeling some type of way. I was like, please, let's not make that a thing where people are getting beaten just for mentioning me. But overall, I love the show. So far, I'm here for it. I was just a little concerned when she got like punched in the face. That was just like, I was like, I know this is acting, but it's like, damn, it's a little harsh. But overall, y'all, I'm just going on my little rant because that little thing just kind of took me off my rocker. But congratulations to us. Congratulations to the team and everybody with Catfish Me Please. I'm just honored to be a part of this cast with y'all and just seeing how much fun we're having and all of that. So congratulations to y'all. Let's keep doing the work. Let's continue to act and do the work and have fun like we're doing. American Idol fans. If you are an American Idol fan, I am an American Idol fan. American Idol is coming back January the 26th on ABC. I am looking forward to American Idol because I'm a singer and I enjoy music and I enjoy people who sing. And so to see on American Idol people who are singers like me who enjoy singing, they're going for their dreams and they get to take it to the main stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations to y'all in advance on American Idol. The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival is also going to be coming up April the 23rd. through May the 3rd, and Big Frida announced that she'll be performing Saturday, May the 2nd. Y'all know that I am a fan of Big Frida because I've danced on stage with Big Frida twice.
I've worked with Miss Big Frida, yeah.
Oh, I love Big Frida.
She's in it's called The Hammer now. We made it. It's called Heart Baby.
Mm.
Check it out. It's good. She's in it. Yeah.
Congratulations, Big Frida. Just continue to inspire. Continue to do what you're doing. Your gospel album is going to be amazing. And just congratulations on everything that you're doing, and stay encouraged. I know that you've been going through some things, Big Frida, and I don't know you as a one-on-one. I know you as a person that I've been on your stage, and I have photos with you. But human to human, I know that you're going through things in your personal life, and I wanted to encourage you that it's okay to be yourself, to be human. If you got to go and cry, if you got to go and shed, and be yourself authentically, go do that. Make sure that your mental health is well, that you can continue to inspire and entertain and encourage and motivate the masses of people like us who love working with you, who love your music, who love who you are and what you do for the community as an artist. So stay encouraged. Did you have anything that you want to talk about before I get into my birthdays?
No. I think we covered everything.
All right. So I'm gonna get into my birthdays before we get out of here. So y'all know we celebrate birthdays over here on a Little Tea Time, and it is Capricorn season. Do you know anyone celebrating birthdays you want to shout out?
You're right. For this month, but my two oldest, my daughter Reagan is hers is the 19th of January, and then my son's is my oldest son Brennan is the 30th of January, and his girlfriend, she just had one on the 3rd. So
okay,
I got a bunch of January
birthday
birthdays.
was also on the 3rd.
Awesome.
Yeah, so happy birthday to y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get into that too. Happy birthday to my cousin and my mechanic, my mechanic Sanders. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my sister Amber. I'm so freaking proud of you, lady. Like, I know I just called you a couple of days ago and I sung you happy birthday on the phone, but I wanted to shout you out here on Tea Time because to watch you grow, you're one of my younger sisters, and to watch you grow up now into the young wife and mom that you are, it makes life worth living, because I watched my sister down the aisle when she got married, and to see how she's now a mom and a wife, just to be here to see that, like, I'm so proud of you, sis. So just to shout you out again, happy birthday. I love you, girl, and you just continue to amaze me. Continue to amaze me. Just continue to do that. Today's birthday is my cousin Money. Happy birthday to you, Money. And happy birthday to my other Facebook follower, Sarah, longtime classmate. Happy birthday to you, Sarah. I hope that you are having a great birthday. I hope that all y'all are having great birthdays. And yeah, got to get into these celebrity birthdays because I celebrate celebrity birthdays as well over here on a Little Tea Time. So you mentioned him earlier, but his birthday was within the last few days. Mr. Denzel Washington. Happy birthday to you, Denzel. Happy birthday today to Bradley Cooper. Happy birthday to acting royalty, Diane Keaton. Happy birthday to rock star Marilyn Manson. Happy birthday to dancer Carrie Ann Inaba. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to actress January Jones. Happy birthday to also acting royalty Robert Duvall. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to actor Shay Wigginham. Happy birthday to radio host Miss Juicy Baby. Y'all know Miss Juicy Baby. Happy birthday to reggaeton singer Darrell. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to actor Jason Mitchell. Happy birthday to y'all. And to y'all know anyone else who's celebrating birthdays out there and you are a Capricorn or your birthday is in January, happy birthday to you, and you from me here at Little Tea Time. As I am wrapping up tonight's show, I again want to thank every last one of my royalty readers. It has been the most incredible journey of y'all rocking with me from coming full circle one to the entire series now to all of these books of poetry that I've produced and have been able to give to the world and inspire the world with my art. I thank every last one of y'all for just being on the journey with me 10 plus years going forward because there's nothing ending. But I just wanted to take the time out to thank y'all for everyone who's been going over to Amazon.com, who's been checking out the books there. If you purchase books from me and your book has been personally autographed from me, thank you. I just appreciate y'all so much. To again everyone who's tuning into a little tea time here on Facebook, who's been following with us for 5 years with a little tea time, to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel on YouTube. I am so grateful and so thankful to y'all that I've been able to bring our talent here to the main screen and letting people know that yes, these are our people, that you can do it because I'm here interviewing the very people who are doing it. So I am very grateful and thankful that I get to do this show and inspire y'all with this show. And just to be frank with y'all, when I was not able to do this show and I had to call or reschedule all of these interviews, I was here crying. Like I was like sick that I couldn't do my show because this is where I get my fuel and my love and my joy to. And again, I just want to thank y'all so much because I get to do what I love. And not being able to do what I loved, I was so depressed. But I'm back. And I love the fact that I get to just come and bring the show to y'all. I'm going to give you the final word and then we're going to be out of here.
I just want to say thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. I love more than anything. I think your zest and love for life. It's infectious. And keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yes. And if people are interested in taking your acting class, how can people follow?
If you go to northwoodactingstudio.com, you can sign up for a free class there. But first class is free, no commitment free. First class, come in, see if you and I are fit, if you're fit with our people that are there, and then sign up after you come see us. Yeah, yes. But everybody's there is very welcoming. They will welcome you with open arms, or I'll throw them out.
That part. With that being said, Garrett Kruithof. Garrett Kruithof. I'm sorry. I literally rehearsed that in my head.
It's okay. You had it. It's fine.
Garrett Kruithof.
There it is.
Y'all gonna follow him over on social media. Make him a part of your life as I made him a part of my life tonight here on a little tea time. And as I say after every single show, opportunities knocking. You matter. Let's build and go higher, Shreveport. And remember to be great on purpose and not by accident. The future is now. I am Jarek, aka Jarvis D, your favorite published author, favorite published author, and your host of Little Tea Time. And we are in the middle of season 13 in 2026. So I'm so excited to be back with y'all. Until next time, y'all enjoy your evening. Y'all be great and be well. I love you guys. Garrett, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me
tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
We gotta get out of here. Peace. Welcome to a little tea time. Y'all ready? Welcome to a little tea time. Oh yeah. Welcome to a little tea time. Who listen? Welcome to a little tea time. All right.
Thank you. You're welcome. And my pleasure. I enjoyed it. I did too.
Welcome to a little tea time. Welcome to a little tea time. All right, we out here, baby. Peace.